Hello everyone, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a game between, in the bottom right, spawning as the red Zerg, it's going to be Stephano. And top left, it's going to be the blue Terran, SouL. We've done a fair amount of games of SouL already, but I believe this is our first game of Stephano Fair. Nice little play with his name there. And I'm not quite sure what his shape is at the moment. I know SouL is at around 7k MMR, or well, he is 7k MMR. Stephano is around 5.5, 5.6, but MMR of course doesn't say everything, as you also have the individual matchups that do matter. Let's see what SouL will show us here today. Usually he's the man, of course, that loves to play with these big command center counts, like 7-8 command centers, very fast, very greedy early game. We're most likely going to be seeing a fast triple CC here as well, as we already see a lot of minerals in the bank. I would not be surprised, and here we go. Fast third CC, this is SouL as we know and love him. He's going to get his Hellions a little bit later, and then a second gas most likely on the natural base, as his first Reaper is trying to do some damage. But I doubt he'll succeed. Stephano's micro is good enough to stop that. First tumor went up without any trouble as well. We're gonna have a game on our hands here. So we see some creep threat by Stephano. Tumor here, tumor there. A couple of drones, I'm not sure what they were doing here. Probably just a miss rally. We have a fair amount of... oh, we have a supply block actually. What happened here? For some time, these larvae weren't really turning into anything. So, interesting to see. So we have that fast 30cc build here. Most likely gonna be somewhere between 4 and 6 cars majority of the time. Then we see a fast stim, a second barracks as well. This looks a lot like 6 cars to me. Or no, sorry, 4 cars, because he's gonna swap these two, get some extra marine production. Then perhaps he'll get a tank with this factory to make this build a little bit safer against any kind of roach all in. Now, here the first 2 cars do end up joining with that Reaper. As we see the barracks is about to finish up, and we don't see any more Hellions in production here. Oh. Overlord scouts everything. Will he see the third command center? Does see the third command center. Sees the timing of the starport. Sees the factory swap. Most likely knows that this is going to be a tank. There's no E-base yet, which is interesting to see. Usually we always see very fast 2 E-base afterwards, after we see the barracks go down, but we don't see it quite yet here, so this might mean we're going to be seeing some rather quick push coming out of SouL without 1-1, with a fast 16 Marines, or something along those lines, and a fast triple CC. So this is a bit like the old 2-1-1, where you'd get 2 barracks, then factory, then starport, but that was only with single command center. This of course is with double command center, and there you'd always get the E-base in the wall, or at least 1 E-base in the wall. So this is just better eco, slightly less tight timing. Usually the 60 Marine drill back then was kind of focused around trying to clear creep and maybe do something to the third base. Here I think we're really just focusing on clearing creep with this initial drop, and maybe get a cancel on the fourth base if you're very, very lucky. But majority of the time that's not gonna happen. We have 1-1 on the way here for Stephano relatively quickly. So lately we've been seeing a lot of layer rushes, going straight into Spire and those quick Muralisks to deal with that first push. But Stephano is still playing it a bit more old school, faster upgrades, later layer, not really caring about these quick Muralisks. We do have a Baneling Nest on the way. It's pretty late. What's the queen count? Okay, 8 queen count, so that's safe enough, I would say. Spores are going down as well, or at least 1 spore in the... Not just a single spore actually, so just in the main base in case of a liberator of some sort. But I think with the poor timing he should have known that there was not going to be a liberator, but oh well. Can't win them all. Now we don't have a single unit actually at home here for SouL, who is moving out with his Hellions as well, so this Ling will be able to do some damage, at least to this STV. Here we have the drop. This is not going to quite be 16 Marines, I believe it's going to be closer to 14, perhaps 15, it's 13 actually. First Overlord does go down. Tumors are being sniped, and I think this is the end of the fourth base as well. This is a good start here for SouL. Like I said, I don't think he cares too much about doing damage, but he just really wants to clear a lot of creep. You see the timing is very tight, 6:10. Usually we have timings around 6:35, 6:40. Of course, then it is with 1-1 and combat shield is done, but this is a nice variation on that. You still get good eco, you have this early damage that you can do, and you have very early map control. So Yeah, very cool play here by SouL, who I wouldn't be surprised if he sends out... Oh, it's actually Liberator. I thought he was going to get 2 Medavacs behind this and then just kind of start dropping all around, but he opts for double Liberator Harass instead. So splits up the Liberators, he tries to clear a path of vision with his initial units, then probably will go in with the Liberators, and now we'll see what is his priority. Does he want to do drone damage, or does he want to kill the fort base? Now, we see he tries to distract by clearing the creep, so his goal is drone damage. So here you are distracting, and the moment the Liberators go in, like you're still kind of trying to distract, and here they come, you're going to be able to do drone damage. So, depending on what goes in first, you can kind of figure out what the goal is from your opponent, and also basically... if you're watching a game, you can figure it out like that. So if the Marines go in first into the fort base, he doesn't really care about killing the fort base. But if the Liberators go in first, then that's going to be the main distraction. It's like, oh, Liberators in my bases, let me deal with that. And then you might lose the fort base, or you might lose a lot of creep. So we actually see some damage being done here by the Liberators, especially some drone pools. So a lot of mining time being lost here. Good Liberator harass. I don't think this queen will fall now. Just a single shot being hit here. No 2-2 on the way yet. There we go. 2-2 starts. Fort CC is practically done at 8 minutes. So SouL is pretty much in SouL mode here. Just getting command centers, harassing a bit, clearing creep. Not really caring about kill timing. It's very different from a lot of these other more aggressive Terran players. Think of a Clem, perhaps a U-Thermal, where their entire game plan really is focused around constant aggression and through having good momentum, killing their opponent. But SouL is like, no, I will get some momentum and then I will absolutely stabilize the game by, just getting more planetaries, make sure you don't have creep, you can't attack me, you can't kill me. And then we go into a late game. And all of a sudden I have 80 SCVs, I have 12 orbital commands, I have infinite mules. Good luck. So it's like different playstyles here, and it's always very fun for me to watch SouL play. Sometimes it feels like he can kill his opponent and he just lets them stay alive for a bit longer, but it is an interesting style. We see a 6th base being taken here for Stephano, who's double expanding. A 5th and a 6th being taken at the same time. This shouldn't be able to do too much. Just pure Ling Bane so far, by the way, from Stephano. Just now Hydra's adding in. How many do we have? Yeah, we have 0. 80 workers, which is a good worker count. Creep spread, not looking super fine. It's looking okay here. And he has some creep spread at least. Ideally, you have a little bit more. Now, for SouL, of course, one command center lands, turns into a planetary. We have the next command center going up. And we'll have the next command center going up. We have more just pure Marine move out. And mine being basically randomly put around. Well, not quite randomly, of course. These are good locations, but as Stephano, it can feel a bit random. So you always have to be very afraid. Oh, pretty poor hit there by SouL. Hydras will be able to push these Medavacs away as well. And this is a lot of mines here. So this is poor control by Stephano, losing a lot of links for free. This bottom base is going to die. There's no creep spread there. There's no Banes on this side of the map either. So we're going to be seeing... this is kind of cool what Stephano does. He does this a lot, where you'll see him double expand, and then most of the time one side is not going to survive. But then he still has this base up and running. So he's going to be kind of fine, you know. He's happy with that. He doesn't actually need 6 base at this point. He's going to be happy with just 5. Now... Hive is on the way, Fusion Core and Ghost Academy are on the way for SouL as well. There's no 3-3 yet, which surprises me. He has plenty of money in the bank. He's maxed as well, so 3-3 is pretty important. There we go. Does start vehicle plating +1 starts as well. And we're seeing these split pushes by SouL, which aren't really pushes, but more just locations, trying to make sure that he has some control of the creep, right? He doesn't want the creep to get up this ramp. The left side, he doesn't want the creep to get this far. Perhaps he will try to do some real damage here, but does not really succeed. Gets a couple of tumors, and I think SouL is going to be pretty happy with that. We'll actually dive on this base, and with 2-2 Marines, this is a lot of Marines, by the way. This is close to 20, 24, 23 Marines, I think. That was actually pretty big. Sniping that base, putting yourself on even footing with a Zerg, base-wise, that's really not bad. Here we see Stephano trying to get some damage done. Queen does end up falling here, so there's no overseers with this army. How many overseers do we have? We have an overseer over here. With that overlord speed, we'll be able to join this force pretty swiftly. How many? Oh, 29 Hydras. 7 more on the way. What's the range upgrades? What? There's no range upgrades. Right now there's 13 Banes and 36 Hydras. And there's not a single range upgrade. Huh. Very odd. It's gonna be a third Evo chamber, but it's gonna be a little late, I feel like. I wouldn't mind seeing a Viper as well. Vipers are very good at pulling back medevacs. Because the thing is, if you don't have Mutalisk, it's gonna be rough for you to kill medevacs. You know, you can chase them away, but killing them, unless the Terran actually flies straight into your Hydras, should be pretty difficult. Luckily for Stephano, SouL decided to fly straight into his Hydras. Now we have a lot of creep threat. We have a lot of, look at that, 5 command centers going down at the same time. We have that 5th base being landed right now. And all of these are most likely going to turn into orbital commands. Get that mule count up. Try to get rid of some of those SCVs at least. We have a run by being set up. No, not quite. Not quite sure what these guys are going to do. Hello? I saw that, Stephano. Particularly disliking this set of rocks. Flying some banelings into them. Now, these rocks are gone already, so this engagement is going to be real rough here for SouL. Is there an Ultra Cavern yet? No, there's not. There's no Ultralisk Cavern. There's no Greater Spire. Is there even a Spire at all? I don't think I saw it in the building stab. There's no Spire, so for now, just going to be staying on those 3/3 upgrades, and Adrenal Glands is going to be the reason why Stephano went to high. I really think Vipers are going to be a must-have, honestly. Big Ram. I mean, this is just gonna blow up a base. This is just gonna blow up a base. If this doesn't blow up a base, I'll be extremely surprised. Oh. That's a lot of units. That was a good hit as well. This is not gonna blow up a base. He didn't really get anything here. Didn't get any workers. Lost a bunch of Banes. Unit lost tap in favor of SouL at this point. Adrenal Glands is on the way, as well as, I think this is the medevac speed upgrade. Gives them, allows them to boost longer, I believe. I'm not sure. I never see these upgrades in TVP. I usually lose before the 7-minute mark, so majority of the time I don't even see an armory or fusion core in my games. Now, we do have 2 more bases. Both of them are actually gonna go somewhere. Wow. I thought for sure these were all gonna turn into orbitals. We have 5 outside orbitals, 2 bases flying to be taken, 2 more command centers on the way, and the nukes are starting at this point, as well as the liberators. How many nuke machines do we have? We have 3. 3 Ghost Academies. This is a good run by here by Stephano. We'll be able to clear this base. I'm pretty sure if he just stutter steps forward, we finally have +1 on the way. Oh, this is not the greatest micro, but it will get the job done. This base should fall as well. You really see the lack of damage these Hydras have. I mean, this is what, 31 Hydras with +3 upgrades that die so quickly. So weird to see the way that Stephano upgrades. He's also one of those guys that's not really afraid of just pulling away all his workers. He's like, you know what, you can have this base, I have a base up here. You know, it doesn't care, we'll just rebuild it. SouL does end up losing a medevac creep being denied, which is important. This base is a planetary now, and every time SouL takes one of those forward bases, it becomes harder and harder for Stephano to spread creep there and just to be on the map in general, because it's like it's a good safe spot, basically. You can just always kite back to that. If you have 2 drops over here, you can clear some creep, then run back over here. What are you going to do as Zerg? Just always leave units here? No, you can't really. Breaking planetaries is also pretty difficult. Now we once again have 2 command centers moving out on the map. Looking for those planetaries in the corners. So SouL trying to take more than his side, just his half of the map. Don't think that's gonna work with the amount of creep we have here for Stephano. Honestly, I think even this base is going to be pretty rough to take. Not limited to the fact that there is already a hatchery there, but also just there's a decent amount of creep here, right? We see SouL getting into those ghosts now. 4.6k on the bank for Stephano, still only +2 on the way, 16 minutes in. And the majority DPS of his army is still those ranged units. What do we have? 31 Hydra, 6 of them beautiful queens as well. And we have a ghost. We have a ghost. But it will die. Wow, beautiful observing. So You have another nuke over here at this base. Quickly spotted out by Stephano. Another nuke going up in the sky. Will this one land? No, it didn't land. Got killed. Where's this ghost coming from? Oh, this is gonna hit. It's gonna hit a fair amount as well. Pretty decent impact if you ask me. So continued nuke production at this point. And that's something that... Oh, another base go down. So Stephano... I kind of like this. So it's like, this base is not priority right now. You want to be mining the forward bases first, right? Because the likelihood that SouL is ever going to take this base is very little. Stephano's always going to be able to mine from this. So he's just playing the long con here, the full split map scenario, and he tries to outmine his opponent. Queen's trying to spread some creep, but are not going to be able to do it, sadly for them. Oh, I missed the nuke. Too slow. Stephano didn't miss the nuke, he killed it immediately. Didn't even get to see the ghost, huh? It's pretty sad. We have a lot of sensors. Why are there 2 sensor towers right next to each other? So what is this? What are these guys doing? In case there was one guy 1 pixel to the right. Take a extra Zergling. Nice. Proud of you. Pretty good map vision though for SouL. I mean, this base can't really be taken by Stephano. This base seems impossible to take for SouL. So we might be going into a full split map scenario. And if that continues the way it's going right now, we see a slight edge here for SouL. Now, a couple of Liberators are being built. I'd love to see Vipers. I don't understand why there's no Vipers in this army. Another interesting thing to note, of course, is that right now we have 62 workers against 71. And SouL is mining more. And that is because of all these orbital commands. He has... I was gonna say 13, but that's depots. We have 8 orbital commands. Do you have any command centers left? 5 command centers left in their original form, so... If you don't count this one, which is gonna be a planetary now. And I missed one hell of a fight somewhere. That's not good. Not sure if that was a nuke or what happened, but 17 Hydras went down. I'm sorry for missing that. Was busy counting command centers. We still have a big army here as well. A couple of drones trying to take this right side. Stephano's losing a lot of bases. He did manage to kill this planetary, but I'm not sure if that's enough. I'd love to see SouL just take back at least some of his mines. Like, I think it's good to always leave at least 1 or 2 mines behind, but like 9 or 8 I think is pushing it. This is good. I like this. I wasn't quite sure if you could target on the larva or not, or if it automatically happens. I couldn't remember. Is this going to be able to land? I don't think so. Man, Stephano's still 54 Hydras. Man, 1 Viper really wouldn't hurt your army here, my friend. It really wouldn't hurt. Can this be hit? I don't think it can be hit. Wow, what a position. So right now Stephano is barely mining 1200 minerals. Meanwhile SouL at a solid 2.4 orbitals once again flying across the map. 3 more command centers are being constructed. Another starport is going down. More nukes are in production as well. And SouL slowly but surely is pushing forward. He realized he has more money in the bank right now. Realized he took a couple of good fights. This base falls. And once again we have SouL getting another base. Dang it, I missed another launch. Let's see if Stephano also misses it this time. I think he will. Not that big of a deal. It's only creep. Now you have a big fight here into a lot of these Liberators. Liberators are going down. Good start of the fight here for Stephano, whose Banelings are dealing a lot of damage. Actually, it's a pretty even fight actually in the end once again. It looked good, and I think SouL is going to end up losing more here. He's going to lose some sensor towers. He's going to end up losing this base. We still have 35 Hydras remaining. A couple of Liberators won't be enough, or at least it's hard to imagine that it's going to be enough. This base is gonna fall. We have another nuke on the way. This Liberator's 35 kills on 1 lib. I wonder how many of that is drones. These drones are not really working. 35 workers are remaining here for Stephano as well. Once again, this base is being retaken by SouL. The left side has been taken by SouL at this point as well, which is kind of a big deal. Stephano asks for the bank. SouL says 1.5. GG. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Saving us all some time. The painful struggle that Stephano didn't want to go through. Calls GG, SouL wins this game. And that's going to be it for us as well. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. Very close to 4,000 subscribers. It would be great if we managed to hit that today. Otherwise, don't forget to smash the like button. And I'll see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.